Welcome to another episode of Kickin' It with Kendra, brought to you by Victory Rings. Excellence is the standard. Today's very special guest is Abilene Christian's Will Shaffer, who is the United Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. And Will, it was a fantastic game for the Wildcats on Saturday, bringing home the team's first conference championship of the Division I era. Take me through that game and what it took to be able to grind that one out. It came down to the very last second.
I mean, we just had to put together a full game, 60 minutes and then some. It's something that we always harp on and always say. And I mean, it was kind of gut wrenching. It got a little out of our control at times, but we banded together as a team. Didn't point fingers. Didn't collapse on ourselves. So we knew that it was going to be a complete game. Tarleton's a really good football team. They do a lot of good things on both sides of the ball. And we just knew that we had to play a complete game. And that's what it just came down to, and taking care of the ball, as well as just making sure that we just consistently hit our keys and hit our keys to victory for that game.
What were those keys to victory that Coach Patterson maybe talked about before the game?
Yeah, so every week we always had three keys to victory, and they're kind of the same because it's what it comes down to every week that we're starting to notice. It's a pattern with us, and one of them is just complete ball security for the offense, as well as taking the ball away any chance we get on defense, whether it's defensive wise or special teams. Come down on kickoff, cause a big hit, create a turnover. So that's one of them. And then another key to victory was just being a more excited team, having better effort, playing harder than your opponent, and just being able to just overwhelm them with our effort, just rallying to the ball, finishing blocks, finishing runs, finishing tackles, and just being that complete team, defensive offense. And another one is always third down and red zone, because most of the teams that we play against, we're pretty even when it comes down to third down offense and third down defense, and who can score the available points in the red zone. I feel like our offense does a tremendous job with that, so that helps us out a lot on the defensive side of the ball. So just kind of just making sure that we could, even if they get down there defensive wise, just stop them from there. We always say 3 and out from here, 3 and out from here, force a field goal or possibly block it. So that's just always something that's consistent with us, and just making sure that we harp on those keys each week, because we take note of those things. If we getting picks or if we're throwing interceptions during practice, we try to minimize those throughout the week. So then on Saturday, we're just going out and playing and not even worrying about it.
And the defense came up with that huge stop, less than 2 minutes on the game clock. You forced the field goal, which then gives your offense time to drive down the length of the field and score the go-ahead touchdown. Take me through what the defensive unit saw in that play to be able to come up with the big-time stop and force 3 points rather than 6.
I mean, that third down stop meant everything to us as a defense. We just had to just buckle up, and it was about pride at that point. At first and goal from the 5, a high power offense like they have with a good running back and good receivers, you kind of expect a touchdown in that instance. So once we got that first stop, made a second down, then we got the TFL, and then they kind of put them out of not really range, but they couldn't really run the ball anymore from where they were at after that TFL. So at that point, then we knew that we had timeouts. And then looking up at the scoreboard, making them kick a field goal with 148 left was huge, because even though we had no timeouts, we know how consistent our offense is and how powerful and how explosive they can be. So we do drills every Thursday. And we do a 2-minute drill, and it kind of is good for both sides of the ball to be able to catch the ball, get out of bounds, or if we land in bounds, make sure we get the ball right to the ref, line up, kill the clock. So watching them execute that 2-minute drill was just kind of like poetry in motion at that point. Just Maverick being able to get the ball to our extremely talented receivers, them being able to get out of bounds, or if they did get tackled out of bounds, getting the ball to the ref, no over celebrating. And it's kind of crazy to see. Like KP mentioned, he said that looked like an offensive 2-minute drill or NFL 2-minute drill. So that's really what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it really was an incredible last drive for you guys. And for you, you had 13 tackles, 9 solo that game. What did you see from Tarleton State's offense that allowed you to be that disruptor?
Yeah, so basically they give us a unique look that not a lot of teams run, and that's that slow mesh point to the RPO vertical balls, and we knew what type of ball players they had. Number six receiver, he's a great player. I'm pretty sure he got a Senior Bowl invite to start before the season, so we knew we had a lot on our plate with him, and as well as the running back, he's top two, top three in the league, uh, rushing yards, and he's just a talented back. So we knew what we were kind of getting out of their offense. So anytime I could have a factor, if it wasn't a thrown ball or if it was in the run game, just making sure I'm doing everything I can, playing with tremendous effort, and just getting to the ball and just making sure that I could help my teammates as much as I can.
And then it was all worth it. You hoist up that trophy. Take me through what that locker room looked like. And then, of course, the very short but very fun bus ride back home.
Yeah, it was just all of the emotions. Just it kind of felt like a movie. You know, you watch those football movies where everybody come on the field celebrating, and it was just so good to see our fans who traveled and came out to support us, families, just everybody who came, administration. It was extremely fun sight, especially to do it there on the road. They had a great crowd, great student section right behind the bench. They were talking crazy, but we just had to tone out the noise, and it was just the atmosphere was just crazy because being able to call yourself the first and cement our legacy on this university who has just seen so much change and just continue to progress is a great sight to see for the years to come.
How do you block out the noise when you're on the bench and you have those students right behind you? Does it almost pump you up a little bit more and kind of make you laugh in your head? Like, you guys think you can get in my head, but, we still got this?
Yeah, definitely coming from the Power Five level, playing in some crazy stadiums, it was second nature at that point. Just they were just saying they were just kind of call our names, distract us, but I mean, at the end of the day, they paid to come see us. They not on the field, they not in our shoes, so they don't really know the preparation, the long days and summer days, summer workouts, conditioning the Texas heat. They didn't go through that. They don't know what that feels like. So I just kind of laugh about it. Sometimes some of the younger guys like they get distracted, try to talk back to them, but there's nothing that you can do or say that they're just gonna heckle you the whole time. So just try to block that out, and then especially coming out with a W, that just made it feel even better because you just see everybody walking back to the parking lot, walking back, trying to beat the traffic, and it just felt really good to just have that moment with my teammates.
And when you look at your college career, you started Arizona State and then you transfer to Utah State after a couple seasons there. And then a coaching change happens and you're kind of forced to reevaluate. You think you find your new home at Utah State and then things change and force you to hit the portal again. And I know that can be a very stressful and chaotic time. So what did you do during that time to just allow you to continue to believe that you wanted to continue to play the game of football and then have faith that you would find your new home and less than a year later become a champion?
Yeah, so pretty much after leaving Arizona State in December, I was only at Utah December 2023. I was only in Utah for about that spring from January to April. So that was an extremely rough time being able or having to leave from my hometown of Tempe, Arizona, go to Utah and only be there for not even half a year. That was just kind of I had to sit back and really reflect type of moment, and then just a lot of nights of prayer, just staying in my faith, and just always taking family advice, and just making sure I kept my head on straight because I knew my journey wasn't over yet. So just having to stay ready whenever I'm going on visits or whenever talking to coaches, making sure I had all my paperwork ready, transcripts, film, whatever they needed, I had that on deck. So I just making sure I always stayed a step ahead because that portal can get hectic. So many names, thousands of kids still even now without a home to go to. So I'm just extremely grateful to call Abilene Christian my home, and they've embraced me extremely well. Like we had a video of just alum, and like the president of the university called me out, and it was kind of like dang, like I've only been here since June, May, June, and I got the president saying my name. So that was a really good feeling, really, and just having a great group of guys, teammates, a lot of guys from different places, a lot of transfers. So we kind of bring our own element, personalities to each other. So I was able to fit in with this team extremely quickly.
Take me through what it was like when you stepped on the campus of Abilene Christian for the first time, whether that was your site visit. What were your initial impressions and the conversation that you had with Keith Patterson that led you to believe that this is where you needed to be?
The campus is actually pretty beautiful. I mean, being in Abilene, Texas, my first time. I've only been to a handful of places in Texas, so I wanted to get out here and see what the campus looked like and what the program had to offer. And I came on a 1 day visit by myself, no photo shoot, just straight to what can I do to help this program and what benefits I could reap from them as well, and just being able to sit down with Coach Patterson, Coach Dubin. They had this vision for me. They knew I'm an older guy, I already graduated with my college degree, and they knew I was about business. So having the opportunity to continue my grad courses from Utah State, and as well as just being a contributor. I didn't think this much of a contributor, but just being able to put my talents on display and just bring this whole defense together. And I feel like it was a great two-way connection.
Yeah, didn't think you were going to be much of a contributor. You lead the team in solo tackles. Wait, when you look at the impact that you've had, I mean, could you have even imagined you jumping into this new program very late, and then just being able to buy in, understand the system, and play like you have been?
Yes, ma'am. And it's also kind of a confidence thing. Like I'm a type of guy. I'm always bet on myself. I know the talents that I have. I know the knowledge of the game I can bring. And I've been blessed to be around some great coaches who taught me the game. Tonio Pierce, Marvin Lewis, Chris Claiborne, Aaron Fletcher, just some guys to name a few. And just I've sat down in meeting rooms with them, listened to coaches' meetings, and then even when Coach Dillingham and them came, we implemented like football school, and it was just like learning about different type of scenarios, situations. So that helped me grow so much as a football player, and then being able to bring that over here and just instill my knowledge on guys who just don't understand the game just yet. So I just try to implement that as much as I can, especially being a fifth year senior. The guys look at me to be a mature leader, even though I'm a newer guy. So I just try to be the best version of myself, as well as just do whatever I can to help my teammates. And I mean, it's a blessing because I didn't even know if I wasn't even playing football this time last year. I was in the portal shopping around. So it's just I love playing. I just love playing the game, and the game has done so much for me. And I just want to be able to just do everything I can to make this dream a reality.
Now, I know you got to campus late, but head coach Keith Patterson had pointed to that third season, that if the team bought in, you would really start to see results in the third year of him taking over the program. And so when you first got to Abilene, could you feel that championship mentality already starting to brew for those summer workouts?
Yeah, definitely. We said it every day, and Coach Patterson made sure that we knew that we weren't afraid to say it because we break down everything we do. Champs on three. It just became normal after that. Even the first lifting session I had with them, I would usually say family, say team together, all that other cliche stuff. But it was champs every day since June. Champs, and it resonated and it gave guys a belief because when you have that belief, it puts purpose in your work. And we just knew each week we just had to go 1-0 this week. Don't worry about week 10, week 11. Don't worry about what we're supposed to do in the playoffs or what we can do. Just worry about each week, and we just take each day with a grain of salt, and just let's make sure we have a great Tuesday practice, Wednesday practice. All right, let's get to Thursday, then Friday walkthrough, and then we travel, play the game, come back home. It's constant. When you have that constant just routine of just doing everything right, doing the little things, make sure the details are all instilled in you. It becomes habit. So that character, discipline, toughness, we live that. It's not just something that we put on t-shirts, not just something that we put on our wall because it looks cool for recruits, but it's something that has meaning behind it. And I feel like the guys that we have, that we want to win, because why else would you do this if you don't, if your purpose isn't to win? So I feel like the guys' confidence at an all time high, the team camaraderie is at an all time high. Coaches got a great plan going for us for the weeks to come, and it's just I'm excited. We're just beginning right now. We still haven't played a complete game totally as a total dominated offense or total dominated defense. So I feel like our best games are ahead of us.
And you had some pretty tremendous games, obviously, throughout the season. One of the highlights, of course, against Central Arkansas, you get that interception to win the game, and you got to have your dad and your brother in the stands for that one. Take me through that moment of being able to share that with the people who supported you most and see you playing at that elite level to win the game for your team.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, just it's really the first year that my dad's really seen, or my family in general, really seen me start and play consecutively. Because at Arizona State, started a couple games here and there, but they were all away games. So my dad was like, "Dang, it's crazy. I gotta wait till year 5 to see you put on." But I mean, it's better late than never. So to have that moment with them, I just know they're ecstatic because that's just the love that we have for each other. I mean, we all go to each other's games. We support each other. Me and my siblings also have a younger sister, and we're just so competitive with all each other that we love to see each other win. It's just brewing and it's just instilled in us from early ages. Like compete. If you're gonna do something, you got to compete. And my dad, I just know he was excited to see me catch that ball, and I was excited. I mean, it was just a crazy moment going to just Central Arkansas is another great team in our conference that they did Abilene Christian kind of bad last year, so we knew what we had in front of us, and especially being a home game, we just wanted to make sure we got that win. So that whole day was just it was amazing. I mean, just being able to share that moment with my teammates and coaches, and then being able to share it with my family, it was a great night.
And we like to talk a lot about, your why you play the game, why you get up at 5 a.m., go through those grueling workouts, put on the pads, and rally with your brothers out there. What is your why that you play the game of football?
Why? I would probably just say I just love it. I just been playing football since I was 6 years old, from flag all the way through high school, college. It just I honestly like when people ask me what I want to do, and like I honestly don't know because football has just been a part of me forever. Like that's the first thing me and my dad did. I'm 4 years old. I'm catching the football on the couch, diving and stuff, watching Monday Night Football, Drew Brees, all those type of guys, and just it just that's I just love this game so much. I could just sit down. We could turn on any game. Doesn't matter. I'll just sit there and just watch it with you. We could talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, we could watch it in silence, but I'm gonna watch a game. So it's just I just love playing football, and it's just the grind, and then being able to have that satisfaction of all that hard work you put in, all those hours, all those treatment days, you in the ice bath, you can't even move your body. But when we have moments like that on Saturday that we have where we hoisting that trophy, it makes it all worth it because that just goes to show when you put your effort into it, that's something that you really believe in, something that you love, and then the results show because is winning isn't for everybody. So it just I just this game has brought so much to me. Preschooling, just being able to create relationships with guys that I know I'll have for life just because of a game with a ball. So I just love playing this game. I just love football.
And now, like, football obviously has been such a big part of your life. With school, with football, what do you do to take your mind off the game? Do you have any other hobbies or things, or you're playing Madden, you're just watching other games? What is something else that you do for fun outside of football?
I mean, recently I've been hanging out with my teammates a lot. Like every day, we just go get some food, chill, watch games. Now that NBA is on, we watch NBA games, and then it's just good to have that reset. I'll probably get on the sticks, play some NCAA, or just play some Call of Duty. So it just anything that I could just know that I'm enjoying. But I just love I enjoy doing football as well. So I'll sit there and watch a game, watch some highlights of games that I missed, And then when I'm not doing that, mostly doing schoolwork for my grad course, and just I'll call my mom up, call my dad, and we just talk on the phone. Just talk about how everything's going, how the family doing. So, I mean, it's really I'm a simple guy to say the least. Like it's not a lot that like I don't need a lot of different perks and stuff to be happy. So I mean, we could just be sitting here having a conversation. Go watch a movie, go to the mall. We just hang out. I mean, pretty chill guy.
Now, I like to ask this because some football players don't like playing Madden. Do you play Madden when you're playing video games? Do you try and stay away from football on that aspect?
I mean, now that college football 25 is out, we have been playing that a
Okay.
lot. But for a little bit, I didn't touch Madden for years because it just would get me so angry. I don't even need to be playing it, or I play like NBA 2K, or I just play Call of Duty, or when Fortnite gets back jumping, I'm about to get back on that for sure. So I mean, I'm a competitive guy, so we could turn on any type of game. We could play Mario, Smash Bros on the Nintendo Switch. We could turn on Fall Guys, on the PlayStation. It doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna try to beat you and everything.
Well, I love the competitive aspect, and thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about Abilene Christian and the tremendous win for the program. The Wildcats have their last game of the regular season before already earning that automatic qualifier to the playoffs at Stephen F. Austin. It's a 2 p.m. Central Time kickoff on ESPN+.